Hey there, Vinny from Project Frugal. Have you ever played the Cashflow game? Well, I've got the book. It's available online. In fact, I've got both of the books. It's the same book, maybe a different edition. And I've also got this book as well. Oh, lots of books there. Robert Kiyosaki. Well, let's get into the game. Let's find out how you can win and my tips and tricks to play a better game. This is awesome. Check it out. What exactly is Cashflow Classic? Well, it's an online version of Cashflow, the board game, made by Robert Kiyosaki a few years ago now. It's available in the description below, in the link in the description below at richdad.com. You want to play it, you're going to learn about some assets, you're going to learn about liabilities, you're going to learn about expenses, and it's just simply fun to play. And in this video, we're going to take you through all the tips, tricks, specialties around the board game, around the online game, should we say. I'm going to teach you the rules, I'm going to teach you how to play it, and I'm going to teach you how to win. Ron here, I'm going to offer you some advice as you watch this video. Vinny doesn't necessarily agree with my ideas, but that's okay. So then, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the richdad.com website. You can see here it says join a free game of Cashflow Classic now. It also says play online now, sign up, log on. Sign up, chuck your details in, and then you can log in. Let's log in now. Right, so we've logged in, and the next thing to do is we're going to play online now. This is the first screen you'll get with Cashflow Classic. We're just going to refer to it as Cashflow from here on in. Click anywhere to continue. Let's do that. Now we're presented with the first screen. You can create a new room, or you can join an existing room. In terms of this game, you can have 1 to 6 players. The end goal of this game is to leave the rat race and essentially retire. But we'll go through that. We'll take you through all the bells and whistles with this particular game. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a room, but we're only going to have 1 player. So if we click on create a room, set up your party. You can have a password on it if you just want to play with your friends, for example. We're going to call it Vinny. Well, you can call it anything you like. One good tip here, fast or pro. If you put in fast or pro, generally you'll get more experienced players. If you call it anything else, generally you might not. You want the fast players, otherwise the game can drag on. But in this instance, we've only chosen 1 player. Click on these and you can have up to 6 players. We don't want 6 players. We're going to get rid of all of these. We'll get rid of the lot. We've just got 1 player here. We're not going to have a password. We'll click on create game. We've got our name set here. You can change that. You can call yourself Bob if you like. We'll call ourselves Vinny because that's our name. And we'll begin game. And as soon as you start the game, the first thing you're presented with is Vinny, choose your dream. So there's a range of dreams. This is all on the outside of the board here. The outside of the board here, where I'm moving the mouse over, is called the fast track, and the inside is called the rat race. So everyone starts on the rat race until you build up enough passive income to beat your expenses. Once you do that, you end up on the fast track. The end goal is to land on your dream, or at least buy enough businesses that you generate a $50,000 or more passive income on the fast track, and then you win the game. So here we've got a secretary. You don't have any choice in terms of what occupation you have. There are 12 occupations in total, ranging from janitor, which is the bottom rung. Essentially, you get paid $1,600 every time you pass go. In this case, passing go is called Cashflow Day. We will get to that. And the top occupation is a doctor, who get paid $13,200 if they land on or pass the Cashflow Day square. And because we don't have any option to change our employment, we just have to go with you are a secretary. Your starting salary is $2,500. You have $710 in savings. That means your starting cash is $710. Now, if we click on here, over into the financial statement, it will give you a breakdown. We'll have a quick look at that now. In the breakdown, we've got the income. So the salary, $2,500. We can call this every month, hypothetically. We've got taxes here, $460. Home mortgage payment. This person obviously has some sort of home loan according to the game. Car loan payment, credit card payment, retail payment, other expenses. Who knows what those other expenses are? I've got no idea. And as you go along the game, you will be buying assets, you will be buying stocks, funds, certificates of deposit, also known as term deposits in New Zealand, real estate and businesses, which will cost you money. You've got liabilities here, home mortgage, car loans, credit cards, retail debt, real estate / business, and you can also get personal loans as well. We'll cover that as we go along. So at the moment, our income minus our current expenses gives our total expenses of $1,620. We've got no passive income at the moment. So every time we pass go, we're going to call it pass go because that's what Monopoly lovers will be used to, you get $710. Now the way to increase that, buy assets to increase your asset income or your passive income, and over time this amount here will grow. Clicking on this button here, financial statement, will just hide this. And we're back to the start. So we'll click on choose and we're ready for our first roll. This is the best way to learn, just by having a one-player game. If you join into an online game with experienced players who will get extremely frustrated with you if you don't know what you're doing. So that's the best way to learn. Just play against yourself, get the hang of it, and carry on with it. So on the screen here, we've got two options. We've got three options. We can repay. So we can click on repay. This comes up. We can pay any of these things highlighted in yellow. If we had enough money, we could pay them off. And then by reducing our debt, for example, this retail payment, if we had $1,000 in our cash, which we currently don't, we could put that and pay off our retail debt. And every time we pass go, or the cash flow day in this case, we would get an extra $50 on top of our cash. So that would actually go up to $760. Pretty easy, eh? We don't actually want to do that. So the other option is to borrow, and borrowing definitely is a part of the game, which you will do. We can click on borrow. You can take out a loan. Loans must be in multiples of $1,000 at 10% interest per month. Very expensive. And this takes account every time you pass the cash flow day. If you borrow $1,000, you'll be paying $100 in interest every time you pass the cash flow day square or land on it. We wouldn't normally take a loan, but we'll take one because we can pay it off straight away because we haven't actually done anything yet. So let's borrow $1,000. And then we'll go back into our financial statement. You can see here we've got a loan payment now of $100. Our expenses, we've got an extra $1,000 in our cash. But unfortunately now our payday has gone down to $780. If we repay that loan straight away, we've got over $1,000 to do it. Let's click on pay. And we'll go back into the financial statement again. Our payday's gone up because we're not having to fork out that extra $100 on servicing that loan. So you'll get the hang of it as we go along. And now we're going to have a quick look at all the jobs available for this particular game. And here we go. Let's have a look at all the occupations that are available in the game. Starting off with the lowest paid, the janitor, gets paid $1,600, has lower expenses by and large. Payday is the most important factor here. Every time you pass the payday or the cash flow day, $650 is how much you receive. Currently, your passive income is $0. It's going to be the same across the board for all of these. But you have to get up to $950 or more in order to leave the rat race. Let's go and check out a few more. Mechanic is the next cab on the rank. $2,000 salary, $720 every time you get paid. Then we move on to secretary with $2,500, getting $880. Truck driver, $2,500. Payday, $880, same as the secretary pretty much. Police officer, $3,000. Payday, well, it's over $1,000 now. Nurse, $3,100. All the bills have gone up slightly, but at the end of the day, it's the payday amount and the total expenses, what you have to reach. These all go up depending on the salary that you're starting off with. Moving on to the teacher, $3,300. Payday, $1,170. Pause the video if you need to, if you want to review all these rates, all these wages, and all these expenses. Certainly looks like some of these people were overpaid. When I was a young whippersnapper, I used to get paid 2 shillings a week. Yeah, well, that was quite a lot of money back then. Never mind. Business manager salary, now we're starting to get up there with $4,600 in cash flow. More expenses, however, $1,730 for the payday in this instance. Now we're looking at the engineer, $4,900, payday $1,750. Lawyer, $7,500, payday $2,470. Moving on to the airline pilot salary. Who wouldn't want $9,500 a month? Probably not that much, is it, really? In terms of all these expenses, it's probably not that much. Payday, $2,600. The total expenses are $6,900. So in order to escape the rat race and join the fast lane, you're going to have to generate passive income of $6,900 a month or more. And finally, we've got the doctor, the MD. What's the MD stand for? I cannot remember for the life of me. Maybe it's medical director or I don't know. I've got no idea. Anyway, Dr. MD, starting salary $13,200. Your starting cash doesn't really matter. You got $400 to start with until you pass one of those golden squares. And your payday, a whopping $4,300. The only problem here with this one, I probably would rather have this one than the janitor, to be honest, is you're going to have to create more income in terms of passive income. And if you do land on certain squares, you will pay a lot more money because of your starting salary, your income, etc., expenses, all the rest of it. We'll cover that off later. And finally, moving on to the actual board, without all the bells and whistles showing on it, this is the actual rat race, this circle here. We start off on, well, I think one of these squares down here. I think it's this one here. And you basically go clockwise with one dice. Can be up to 3 dices. There's various rules and regulations for that sort of thing. But you start off basically by throwing one dice. Now, squares in terms of the rat race, there's 3 golden payday circles. So starting here, once you get to there, that's when you get paid. Once you get round to here, that's when you get paid. And the final one down here, we've got 12 deal squares, which we'll cover off. So these green ones with the shaking of the hands. You can have small deals, which covers anything under $5,000 for a deal, or big deals, which covers anything from $6,000 and more for a deal. Essentially, that means whatever cash you've got in hand, you may have to get a loan for certain things, but you might be presented, for example, with a house. Maybe it costs you $5,000 deposit. If you've got $5,000, cool, you don't have to get a loan for it, and it will generate some sort of cash flow. There are some instances where it does generate a negative cash flow, but these are few and far between. It could be in your best interest to actually buy an asset that does generate a negative cash flow. We've got the charity square. We'll take you through a round of that, show you what that looks like, where you can land on that. Essentially, you have to pay 10% of your expenses, I think it is, 10% of your expenses, and then you get the opportunity for 3 rolls to use 1 or 2 dice. Can be beneficial if you want to get round the board quicker. These purple squares are generally bad. That one there is a baby. You can have up to 3 babies in the game. The more salary you're on, the more babies you have, the more you pay, essentially. Once you hit 3 babies and you land on the square again, nothing happens. You're already maxed out in terms of the babies that you own or have provided, as it were. And this square, probably the worst square, the one that you definitely don't want to land on the game, it's called the Downsized square. If you land on that, you have to pay a full set of expenses, whatever your expenses are. If your expenses currently, as per the financial statement, are $2,000, you would have to pay $2,000, plus you miss out on 2 turns. Plus, if any one of your competitors lands on a particular thing which you might own and benefit from, you can't do anything in that circumstance. These light blue squares are what we call opportunity squares, or at least what I call opportunity squares. So they give you opportunities to purchase certain assets or certain items, whether it might be selling a house that you might own currently, presumably a profit, duplex maybe, you can maybe sell one of those for a profit. Depends on what the deal is. There's all sorts of different deals. It's kind of almost like the chance card and Monopoly, almost. But they give you opportunities for investing and making money and ways to get ahead, essentially. And these ones here with the man carrying the credit card, what it looks like, something like that anyway. I call them the debt burden. So essentially they're all penalties. You might be buying some furniture or buying a boat, worst case scenario, which you might have to tick up. Not ideal in the slightest. Generally they're pretty bad to land on, but you're not going to get pinged too much, certainly most of the time anyway. And if we have a quick look at the fast track on this portion here, so once you've got out of the rat race, you start down here. You've got one of your dreams that you've picked at the start of the game, whether it's dining with the president. If that's your goal, so be it. Problem is you're starting here, so really the closest one would be this one here. If you wanted to possibly win the game in the first round without even having to spin the dice a couple of times there, that's probably the one you want. I normally just go for that one because that's the one it first goes on to by default. From here, it's a 6 to win, essentially, if you're on the fast track. That's if you haven't actually purchased $50,000 plus worth of passive income from the fast track. So once you've chosen your dream, as it were, these green squares are business opportunities, essentially. There's a couple of sort of lucky dips in there where you can spin the dice to earn some cash, which can be useful, which will potentially help you buy some of these businesses, because if you land on something and you don't have enough money for it, you can't buy it. There are 3 cash flow day cards on the fast track as well, so passing that or landing on it will give you the cash. Unfortunately, there's a couple of bad squares here. We've got this deed thing, I think it's a deed or a contract or something, and we've got this hammer, which I believe is court action of some description. Land on those, and whatever money you've got in your wallet, let's call it a wallet, will be halved instantly. And the worst one of the lot is this one here, which is the divorce button. If you land on that, any cash that you've got currently gets completely wiped out. You're down to zero until you get past or land on another cash flow day. So essentially you can't buy anything down here until you get round to something you can buy and you've passed this square here. Another thing to note here, if you land on this plus sign here, it's kind of like another charity thing. If you purchase it, I think it's $100,000. You get the option of spinning 1, 2, or 3 dice. Can be very advantageous if you want to get around the board quickly to pass the cash flow days, and or if you haven't bought one of these green ones down here, or these ones have all been snapped up as a possibility as well, you can get around the board faster to the ones that haven't been bought. As soon as something's been bought, that's pretty much it. You can't buy that green one. It won't actually show it on the board, but it will show you when you land on it. So we're going to set up a quick one-player game. Once again, we're going to call it fast. Doesn't really matter what we call it. And we're going to start from scratch, and we're actually going to purchase some stuff, and we'll take you through all the ins and outs as we go along. And we're just going to begin game. And this time we're a doctor. Well, that's a bonus, isn't it? So not a secretary. We're on the top salary. Let's choose that. We don't have any option not to choose that. We'll click on our financial statement over here. We can see we've got $13,200. We've got lots of expenses. We've got no income at the moment. That's all good. We'll hide that over there. We'll click on roll. And we've landed on the cash flow payday square, the cash flow day square. We've got paid. We've now got an extra $4,300 because we started on $400. Now we've got $4,700. Bonus. Let's roll again. Congratulations, 1 child has been added to your dependents. Child expenses will be increased by $640. Super. Let's click on OK. Click on the financial statement. You can see down here we've got child expenses $640. Originally we were getting $4,300 roughly. Now we're getting $3,660. So our payday's gone down, so that's not good. So there's things to balance within this particular game. We'll hide the financial statement again. We'll click on end. We'll spin the dice again. Click on roll. Now we've landed on an opportunity. It's for an apartment house buyer. We don't own an apartment at this stage. The REIT offers $30,000 per unit for all units in apartment houses of 12 units or more. Let me just quickly go through the various options you can do for housing. You've got 2-bedroom, 1-bath housing. You've got 3-bedroom, 2-bath housing. You've got duplexes, which could be 2 duplexes or, two houses side by side, I guess is what you'd call it. 4-unit duplexes and 8-unit duplexes. And you've also got apartments, and I think the top one might be 60 apartments maybe. Something along those lines. I think the smallest apartment block might be 12. So there is a range of them. Obviously, they cost you more the bigger they are, and all the rest of it, and the more cash flow they generate, etc. Depends on your situation. So we don't have any assets that match this particular apartment. Let's click on done. Nothing we can do there. Click on end. We've finished our turn. Now once we've finished our turn, if there was more than one player, i.e. 2 to 6 players, it would be someone else's turn. They'd have their crack, and around and around and around we'd go until it was my turn again. But since we've only got one player here, let's click on roll again. Now we've landed on what I like to refer as the debt burden. In this case, we've got a bill for a water heater leak. Pay $450. This will come straight out of our cash. Let's pay it and watch our balance disappear. Great, $7,910 if you were fast enough to catch that. In that, we're still yet to get a deal. Let's click on roll again. Oh, finally, we've finally managed to get a deal. So which deal type do you want? Small deals cost $5,000 or less. Big deals cost $6,000 or more. Let's go with a small deal and get the hang of it. Now, these small deals could be a range of things. They could be buying a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. They could be buying a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I don't know if they have duplexes on the small deals. They might possibly do. We'll probably come across that at some stage. But there's also some other opportunities, such as start a company part-time, which is exactly what we've got here. Costs you $3,000. You don't generate any income from it. There is a payment of $3,000 to make this. Because we've got $7,900, I think this is a good deal. If you didn't have any money, i.e. if your cash only had $100, maybe you might think about it, because you do need a bit of cash flow to carry on with this game. But we will buy it because there are some opportunities where you can sell this. So we'll buy this. So now we've paid $3,000, and we see here we've got a widget down here. In terms of the name of your company, it's the widget company. If we get on the right opportunity, we might be able to sell that for an exorbitant profit. Let's hope so. Let's click on end and keep spinning. Excellent. We've landed on another deal and we've passed the payday thingamajig. Our payday currently is $3,660 into the wallet, as it were, or into our cash account. We've got an opportunity for a small or big deal. Now, because you can get a big deal, well, maybe we should have a look at that. Oh, I'm really tempted to. Let's have a gander at the big deal. Okay, so limited partner wanted. Successful doctor expanding office and clinic needs partner to fund equity portion of construction costs. This will cost $25,000. We don't have $25,000. But if we did purchase it, it would give us a cash flow of $1,000, which would instantly give us passive income of $1,000. The unfortunate thing, in order to pay for this, we'd have to loan 25,000 minus 8 is 17,000. We'd have to loan $17,000 in order to pay for that. And if we're getting a loan that costs $1,000, but every time you pass the golden square, in this case the cash day square, you'd be paying $100 for each $1,000 worth of loan. So if we were to loan $17,000, essentially we'd be $1,700 worth of interest, but we'd make $1,000 worth of income. So at this stage, this is not a good deal. We're going to pass this deal, so we'll click on pass. And we'll have another spin. Another deal. What a surprise. So half the squares are deals, so that's good. We'll click on small deal. This is the first of our shares that we've been offered here. There's 4 lots of shares. One is Grow For Us, which is a mutual fund. Let's pretend it's a mutual fund. We've also got On To You Entertainment Company. On To You. We've got OK For You, which is a pharmaceutical company or a drug company. And we've got, probably my favourite, My Tea For You, which is a home electronics seller. I think it's My Tech For You, something like that. So with these shares, you can buy as much as you want. You can actually loan money to buy more shares if the price is right. The prices range, generally speaking, from $1 through to $50. It's highly likely you wouldn't want to go with this particular deal here, seeing that the range of these particular shares can be up to $50, even though it says trading range $10 to $30. Yeah, we're not going to be purchasing this. Some of these cards for the shares that come out, when you land on the particular deals that may potentially pay out the dividends, as it were, or pay for the stock price, as it were, can be $1, $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, or $50. The medium range here is realistically probably the $20 mark. If you can buy any stocks under the $20 mark, I probably wouldn't buy them for $20. Anything under the $20 mark, probably worth buying. Oh, that certainly sounds like a decent strategy. Going with that one, that's really good. Let's buy one just to show you what it looks like. We're spending $40 on this one share. You can use the little up and down arrow here to buy more, or you can actually type in here if you wanted to buy 100, for example. We don't want to buy 100. We'll buy one just to show you what it looks like. Let's click on buy. Going into the financial statement, you can see here we've got one share of Grow For Us mutual fund. We'll leave it at that. Let's click on end and let's spin again. What a surprise, another deal. Let's click on small deal. Well, look at that. The next spin has led us to the mutual fund, Grow For Us fund. Once again, out of the 4 stocks we could pick, it's landed on this one. Now we have an option we can buy, sell, or pass, because we have actually landed on this. If there's other players playing and they own this particular stock, they'll probably have the option to buy, sell, or pass on this as well when it becomes their turn. I mean, we're going to lose $10, but it doesn't really matter in the scheme of things, just to show you what it looks like. Or we could actually buy some more. So we'd have one share of $40 for this particular company, and we might have, another 5, 10 shares, whatever we're going to buy, at $30. And unfortunately, this card's going to come up again, but it could be, next time it could be offering a buy or sell for $5. We'd have to wait and see. We've only got one to sell, so we can't go any higher than 1. but we'll sell it. So now it's disappeared from our asset list. We got the $40 gone into our, $30 gone into our cash wallet there. Wasn't a good investment after all that, but if we had purchased it for $20 and we sold it for $30, we would have made 50% on our money straight away. Within one turn, that would have been amazing. And if we'd got it for as low as $5 or even $1, you can see how quickly you could make some money. If we'd bought 1,000 of them at $1, landed on the $30 one, sold the whole lot, we would have $30,000 worth of cash. Here's a hot tip: if you do happen to land on the $1 share, I would buy as many as possible. In this case, if I had $12,220, I would buy at least $12,220 and possibly even get a loan to buy some more in the event that someone's actually going to land on it and it's going to pay out. Because even if you got $5 per share or that particular card, but you paid $1 for them, 5 times your money, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Let's have another roll. So this time we've landed on the golden square, the cash flow day square. Nothing's happened except we've just been paid again. Let's go and have a look at the financial statement. We've got more money. We've got no assets apart from the widget which we purchased earlier. Let's click on end. Let's roll again. Okay, now we've been downsized. That was unfortunate. Our total expenses $9,540 currently. And it says here, downsized, pay a full set of your expenses and lose 2 turns and charity. So if we'd landed on the charity one and had the double dice to spin our way around the board faster, that would have been null and void. I don't normally buy that one anyway, so it's probably not that bad. We are going to lose $9,540. Now, if we were a janitor, the portion of that might be a lot smaller. It could be, well, I don't exactly know the exact number of being downsized on a janitor, but it might be $400, something like that, which is a lot more manageable than $9,500. But the other good thing about being a doctor is we do have a good payday income. It's going to take a wee while to pay that back, unfortunately. So we'll pay that. Have a look at our financial statement. Our payday, yeah, still the same. Nothing's changed there. Unfortunately, our cash has gone down. Our ability to buy things has been dramatically reduced. Never mind. Here's our first turn. It's been skipped. We'll click on OK. There's nothing more we can do. And we've got another skip turn. We'll click on OK again. And now finally we can roll. So you can imagine if you're in an online game, multiple players, you get stuck, losing 2 turns. You can't do anything. Everyone else is getting ahead and you're stuck. Rotten luck. And we've landed on debt burden, pay $300. That's coming out of our cash. Our $10,000 will now drop down to $9,700. We'll just verify that. $9,700. Yes, I was correct. End. Let's roll again. Right, another small deal. Let's click on that. And this time we've got OK for you, drug company, costs $30. We're going to pass on this. 20 is my break-even point. Anything lower than 20, I'll probably buy them. If it's a 30, I'll be definitely selling them. 30 or 40, definitely selling them if I own them, but we don't own any, so we'll pass. Another deal. Let's click on small again because we really want to buy a house. And look at that. You find a great deal. Company bought, transferred managers, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. No current tenant, has been on the market 6 months and it has just been reduced. It costs us $45,000. The cash flow is $250, but the down payment is only $2,000. So we're actually paying $2,000. We're going to get $250 worth of cash flow out of it. Let's see what it looks like on the balance sheet. We're definitely going to buy this one. So now that we've bought it, our cash has gone down $2,000. We've got a real estate business up here, which is paying us $250. Our passive income is now gone to $250. We've got a long way to go to get to $9,540 as a doctor. If we're a janitor, if we remember back, you only had to make $950. So you can see how this cheapish property here, you might only have to buy 4 of these and you could escape the rat race. But when you're a doctor and you get paid all this money, You've got to buy a lot more assets to make the equivalent amount, but it's a lot harder when you're a janitor, so it does balance itself out. We can see down here we've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house valued at $45,000. Under the liabilities, we've got a $43,000 mortgage on that particular property. We don't sort of really pay it off. That's how it sort of works. So if we were to click on repay, the only ones that we actually pay off are these ones here. So it's kind of like we always keep the loan, as it were. We never actually pay this loan off. The only loan we can pay off is our actual home mortgage payment here. So home mortgage. And if we did that, let's go through some quick numbers on these particular ones that you can actually pay off, the ones highlighted in yellow here. So the home loan mortgage, it does vary slightly depending on your occupation, but it's roughly around the 0.9% mark. If we looked at home mortgage payment, $1,900, but you owe $202,000 in theory. In order to increase our passive income by $1,900, or at least reduce our expenses by $1,900, these would drop down there, lowering our amount of passive income that we need to escape the rat race. Unfortunately, we'd need $202,000 worth of cash to do that. And the value proposition on that is only worth sort of 1%. The car loan here, we've got $19,000 worth of car loans. The car loan payment is costing us $380 a week in expenses. Literally, it's 2%. Credit cards are slightly worse. They cost us $270. We've got $9,000 worth of debt here. It's costing us $270 in expenses, and that's all working out to the payday amount there as well. Retail debt, second worst of the lot. Essentially, it's $50 of $1,000, so if we were to pay that off, we'd save $50. It's 5%, but the big one is the loan, the actual loan. So we've got one loan payment. We did show you earlier, $100, just to show you how it works out. So that one is 10%. The one you really want to get rid of first is the loan. You could have a fortune in loans. You could have $10,000, $20,000, even $100,000 worth of loans at some point. These ones, generally, they're not going to go up any more because it's not like you're buying any of these. Although you can have a boat. That's another story for later on. So in terms of getting out of debt, the best way is to get rid of these loans here. If we were to repay that loan there, we've got $1,000. Let's pay it off. Click on end. Let's continue rolling. See where we get to. Another deal. Now, since we do have plenty of money, let's go for a big deal and see what these look like. Small shopping mall for sale. Bank has taken back mall from bankrupt owner. Mall is currently 50% occupied. Just listed today. If we had $50,000, we could make $800 worth of cash flow. Because we only have $15,000 worth of cash, we'd have to loan $35,000, which would cost us $3,500 in loan expenses every single month to get $800. At this stage, it's not worth it. If we had the cash and we could increase our cash flow by $800, it might be worth it. Really, at the end of the day, it's a decision that you have to make playing this game. So we'll pass on this deal. We'll click on end. We'll keep spinning. This time we're going for a small deal. We'll see what gets offered here. We've got the Grow For Us fund. It's $10. That's pretty low. It's not the lowest it's going to get. So we will buy some of this. How much are we going to buy? I think we'll buy 500. It's really up to you. We're spending $5,000 getting 500 shares of Grow For Us at $10 each. If the card comes up and it says $20, we can potentially double our money, or if it's $10 or less, we're probably not going to sell it. We'll just hold it. So let's buy that. Click on end. Roll again. We've landed on the cash flow day. End. Roll again. Buy new golf clubs. $20. What a rip-off. The new golf clubs. $20. Outrageous. Let's pay that. And let's move on. End. And roll. Another deal. Let's click on small deal this time. Friend needs cash quick. A friend has urgent need for money. We'll sell you 10 1-ounce gold Krugerrands, well below the going rate, for $300 each. Okay, we've got plenty of money. Let's buy them. We might get the opportunity down the track to sell those for a profit. We might not. But it's a risk. Everything is a risk. Rolling again. Another deal. Let's click on small deal. And we've got booming stock this time. So if we owned this stock, we would be selling it, especially at $40 a unit. We don't actually own any. Shares owned 0. We've got the grow for us, but we don't have the my tea for you. We'll have to pass. Rolling again. Another small deal, perhaps? Oh, look at that. It's come up at the wrong time. Stock, My For You Electronics Co. Cost $5. High inflation leads to poor share price for this home loan electronics seller. What a shame. It's kind of like the reverse. One turn too late. So in this case, we will buy. If we did own this already, we don't have to sell. We could buy some more, but we'll be buying some right now. And we're going to buy, how much are we going to buy? Ooh, I think at least 1,000. I think we'll buy 1,000. Let's buy those. Let's end that. And let's roll again. Buy a new fishing rod, $100. Excellent, great. End, roll again. So this time we've landed on an opportunity square. Here's an opportunity for all the players in the game. Condo buyer, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. You're offered $55,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom rental condo. Ignore the rest of it. Buyer has their own financing, etc., etc., etc. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo. So if we did possibly have one that we might have purchased earlier in the game, we could have sold it, possibly for a profit, increasing our cash wallet amount. We don't have one. We've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. We've got a widget company or small business, and we've got some gold. And we've got some shares. So that's what we've got. We've still got our passive income only of $250. We still need to get this all the way up to $9,500 before we can leave the rat race. Still got our great salary, of course. But essentially, we don't have a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo. So all we can do is click on done. And we'll end our turn. And we'll roll again. So another cash day. How much money do we have now? We've got $21,700. Okay. Let's click on end again and roll again. Time for another deal. Let's go for a big deal. Let's go for a big deal. Ooh, that big deal is kind of good, but it's kind of not quite as good. Maybe it could be good. So you can see here we've got this. It costs $220,000. It's an 8-plex. Cash flow is $1,700, but the down payment is $40,000. And we've got $21,700. So we'd have to loan $18,000 plus $19,000 in order to get this, which would be a negative cash flow considering we're paying 10% on the loan. We'd get $1,700 in the hand, but we'd be paying $1,900 every time we go past the cash flow day. So we'd actually be negative $200. But we're going to buy it. We're going to buy this one because we just want the assets. And we've got a decent payday at the moment. So that's going to drop by a couple of hundred. I'd imagine it'll probably go down to $3,710. Not enough funds. Take out a loan. Take a loan of $19,000 with a monthly payment of $1,900. Yes. You can see here we got $3,910. Let's click on yes. And we will buy it. We've got the loan. Buy. And it's dropped down, as you can see here, down to $3,710 as I did explain. So it's now listed over here. Plex, $1,700. We've got a massive loan now. We've got $19,000, which is costing us $1,900 every time we pass the cash flow day card or the square. We need to get rid of that debt. But our passive income has now jumped right up to $1,950. Obviously, our total expenses have jumped up as well. So we kind of stretch the envelope out, as it were. Let's click on end. We've got no cash left because we've blown it all on this 8-plex. Let's roll again. Oh, time for another deal. Let's do a small deal this time. We've got no money. Start a company part-time. Okay, so there's another option to start a company. We've already got a company. I don't have any cash. I think we'll just pass on this opportunity. Click on end. Roll again. Great, we got some cash. Now, one thing I do like to do, next time we go past this again, we can repay some of our loan because we've got $4,410. Let's click on this loan here. You can see how our passive income, $1,950, but our payday, $3,710. If we pay $4,000 of that, that will increase that to $4,110. Let's click on pay. Okay, we've lost all our cash. Let's go back into the financial statement. $4,110 every time we go past a cash flow day square. Next one's not for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to least a couple of rolls to get past that one again. The good news about that is we'll be collecting $4,000 plus. Our loan has gone down to $15,000, so sometimes I like to drip feed off this loan just so I can increase the amount of cash coming in, and then you can pay more off the loan each time, and ideally you'll have some money in the wallet, as it were. Let's click on roll again. Well, we've landed on another deal. Let's click on small, and we've got a rare gold coin. Well, we could buy a rare gold coin. Pieces of 8 gold coin in good condition at a swap meet. Only one. Seller asked $500. Let's buy it. No, we can't. We got 400. Well, we will buy it. We'll get a loan. What's another $1,000? Another $100 every time we pass the gold square. Yep, we'll buy that, and we'll buy it. End. And we'll roll again. Oh, goody, we've been downsized. But unfortunately, we owe $11,140 worth of expenses every time we hit the golden square. That's not going to change, and that's definitely not going to help. We're going to have to get a loan. Oh, no. And we're going to have to loan $11,000, which is actually going to cost us $1,100 of our cash flow or our payday. So we'll be reduced down to $3,000, and our loan's going to blow out substantially. How much do we owe at the moment? Where's our loan? Where's our loan gone? Oh, there it is, $16,000. So this is not going to look pretty. So let's pay that. Yeah, get an $11,000 loan out. Pay it. Miss a couple of turns. Got no cash. Okay. Roll it again. We got paid. We've got an opportunity. Plex buyer, you are offered $30,000 per unit for all units and any combination of duplexes, fourplexes, or eightplexes. Buyer has their own financing. If you sell, pay off the related mortgage, which is listed down here, $180,000, and give up the cash flow you currently receive on this property. The cash flow over here is $1,700 per month at the moment. Essentially wipes out most of our passive income, drops our payday amount here, gets rid of this mortgage. We'll have a look, and it says here, select an asset on your statement sheet to take this deal. Let's go and find the asset. In fact, here's the asset here, Plex, 220. So if we sold this for paying off the mortgage there, it says, well, they did offer $30,000 per unit. So 30,000 times 8 minus the 180,000 we owe will give us cash of $60,000. So let's sell that. We've now got $63,000. Our passive income has dropped right down to $250. We don't own that thing anymore. The Plex, the 8plex. Where payday's dropped right down because we've lost that $1,700 passive income. On a positive note, we've got a loan of $27,000, which we can clear straight away. So let's repay that loan. We'll highlight the loan. We'll pay it off. $27,000. Let's click on pay. It's gone. Let's click on end our turn. Let's have a look at our financial statement. And because we've paid that loan off, our payday is just about up to $4,000 every time we pass the cash flow days square. And we actually have $36,000 that we can go and spend on something. So let's roll it. Let's roll the dice, as it were. And we'll go for a big deal this time. Okay, now we've got the big kahuna here. The apartment house for sale. 2 buildings totaling 24 units for sale. Cash flow is $3,400, but the down payment is $75,000. Ooh, this is so tempting, but we're pretty much in the same boat again. It's a kind of a negative deal here because we're going to have to loan $40,000 for a $3,400 return. So that's $4,000 worth of loan expenses per time, but a $3,400 return. Nah, we'll pass. And, right. There'll be plenty more deals down the track. Let's do another big deal. Okay, this one's more realistic. It's a fourplex. We need to put down $15,000. We'll get a cash flow of $500. We'll buy it. Rolling again. Another cash flow day. Building up that income or our cash reserve. $26,000 in reserve. Let's roll again. Another deal. We're going for big deals now. $7,000 for another duplex. Extra $140 in terms of income. Let's buy it. Let's end it. Now we're on a bit of a roll. We're getting more and more income each time. We're getting $4,500, $4,450 to be exact. $4,450 each time we go past. So we've just about paid off that last duplex that gave us $140 of cash flow. Roll again. Ah, we've been downsized again, I don't believe it. But this time, we only owe $9,500 instead of the $11,500 that it was previously because our expenses have dropped. So there's almost a silver lining. So goodbye money. Skip a couple of turns. Thank goodness we're not playing against other people. Roll again. And another big deal. Why not? Okay. Ooh. Again, $16,000. We're not in the right state to actually buy this. We could do it. We're going to pass. Rolling again. Pay $200 for the new painting by the local artist. Rolling again. Another big deal I think we'll go for this time. Oh, no, maybe we'll go for the small deal. Let's just go for the small deal. I do actually want to sell these shares at some stage. And look at that, we've got an opportunity to sell the shares straight away. So, mutual fund, Grow For Us fund, we've got, how many have we got? We've got 500 shares that we paid $10 each at. We're going to sell those for $30 per share. We're going to get, how much are we going to get? $15,000? Sell, yep, $15,000 to sell the whole lot. You don't necessarily have to sell the whole lot. You could sell $499. Let's do that. Have a look at our statement. So we got our $15,000 back into our cash wallet. We've still got one share of Grow For Us just for demonstration purposes. And we've still got the 1,000 shares of My Tea For You. My Tech For You. I'm pretty sure it's My Tech For You. So we do have $33,000. This makes the big deals even more viable now. Limited partnership sold. We don't have a limited partnership at this stage, so no assets, so there's nothing we can do there. Rolling again, this time let's go for a big deal. Okay, this one's interesting. It's a house for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Nice 3-2 house with an in-ground pool and 4 appliances, available in upper middle class area, very classy. Good schools, ooh, that's a bonus. Cost $125,000. So the down payment we'd have to lose out of our cash. Problem with this property is it's actually losing $100 every time you pass the cash flow days square. Not necessarily good investment. The only bonus about this is if you potentially bought it and then there was an offer for someone to buy this particular house. So if you could make a profit out of it, maybe it's worth it. We're going to pass on this opportunity. Rolling again, this time we've got the apartment house buyer, $25,000 per unit has been offered. We didn't actually go with that apartment the other a wee while back there, a few spins ago, so we've got no assets that match this market card. Let's click on done and carry on. Yet again, another deal. What a surprise. Small deal, big deal, decisions. Let's click on small deal. This time we've got some stock. Well, they call it stock. It's, what do I call it, stock? It's not a great stock, so to speak. So it's not one of the 4 main stocks that you'll buy. You just basically purchase this. They give you a fixed rate. High yield preferred shares of major domestic electric power company. Dividend and price fixed at fair level by State Utility Commission. It'll cost you $1,200. And every time you pass the golden cash flow day square, you'll get a whopping $10. You'd have to go past the golden squares 120 times to get your money back. We're going to pass. Rolling again, we just missed the downsized square, that's a bonus, we're going for a big deal. This time we've got a limited partner wanted, successful pizza chain expanding its production of frozen pizzas for grocery stores. Owner needs capital for equipment. We're going to put $20,000 into it. We're going to increase our cash flow by $800. That'll take us over $5,000 for our paydays. Let's go and buy that. Now we just got paid. Great. Moving on. Ooh, another deal. I like a deal. $27,000 in the bank, over $5,000 on payday. Let's do a big deal. Okay, I'm happy with this. $20,000 down payment. We'll still have a little bit of cash left. Gives us an extra $500. What a shame divorce leads to sale of this 3/2 house in an area full of owner-occupied homes. It has been on the market for 5 months. We will buy it. Let's roll again. Another deal. I don't know how many deals we've done on this game, but there's been quite a few. Let's do a big deal. Okay, this one, we can afford this. Another house for sale, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Transferred skilled tradesman, kept this 3/2 house in excellent condition so it commands top dollar rentals in an older neighbourhood. So although the cash flow is only $400 and we're paying $12,000 down, we still need to build up a passive income regardless. We got the cash, let's buy it. Buy new clothes, $250. Another deal. We're starting to run out of money. We've only got $7,000 in the kitty at the moment. Oh, look at this. It's the ultimate deal. Stock, okay for you, Drug Co. Cost $1 a share. Market panic causes crash in the shares of the long time maker of medicines. $1 a share. Are we going to buy some? Yes, we are. How many are we going to buy? A lot. I don't like normally having medicines, but when you get to my age and you got a dodgy hip, yep, I'll have some medicine, so okay for you. That sounds like a good stock to buy. Let's buy some. In fact, we're going to buy $10,000 more than we've got in cash, so we're going to actually loan $10,000. Buy, take a loan of $10,000 with a monthly payment of $1,000. Now, this is a strategic investment right here. Yes, so even though I paid ours $6,250, it's going to drop right down to $5,250, presumably. We're going to have no money in the bank, but we're spending a lot on this particular share because it's going to pay off. Let's buy it. So looking at our financial statement, we've got no cash. We've got a swag of OK for you shares that we purchased for $1. Now, if this comes up and we get the opportunity to sell these, even if it's for $5 or $10 or $20, $20 would be nice. $30 would be even nicer. We will sell the lot. We'll have hundreds of thousands of dollars and we'll do lots of big deals from there on in, just buying up anything that we can possibly get our paws on to finally escape the rat race. So let's roll again. Buy toys for your kids, pay $50. Oh, and in fact, we don't even have enough money to pay $50 because we've got no cash. So we'll have to go yes on that. We'll have to get yet another loan. And we'll pay our $50. So now at least we got $950 in the kitty. Roll again. Oh, look at that. Price of gold soars. So we did buy the 500 gold earlier. Was it the gold? Yes, we paid $3,000. Price of gold skyrockets to $600 per ounce. Select an asset on your statement sheet to take this deal. This is the only deal we've got. So we can sell it for $6,000. I think we paid $500 for it. Yes, we did. In fact, it was $3,000 there. Okay. Anyway, we'll double our money. We'll sell it. And we'll go into our statement here. We've got $11,000 in loans. We'll repay as much as we can just to build up our payday again. We've got $6,000 that we can pay on that. Oh, yes, another bill there. New speakers for stereo. Excellent. End that. Roll again. We've hit the payday. Okay, so now we've got $6,000. Got plenty of assets here. Another small deal. This time we've got a condo for sale. So this is the 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom property. Older 2/1 condo offered by a young couple who want to move up to a 3/2 house due to growing family. Available soon. So will we take this deal? Yes, we're going to take the deal. Unfortunately, it's wiped us out financially. We still owe $5,000 on our loans, but let's spin the wheel. Oh, and look at that. We've already been offered $55,000 for our 2/1 rental condo, which we only just purchased in the last round. Let's have a look. How much profit would we make on that? How much did we pay for it? I can't remember. If we click on that, we would make a whopping $5,000. So we could sell it. We paid $50,000 for it, or we've got a $50,000 liability on it at least. Yep, 2/1 condo down here. 2/1 condo down here. Do we want to sell it for a measly $5,000? Yeah, why not? More than we had before, right? So let's repay that and we'll get rid of the $5,000 loan on here, just get it out of the road. Now we're back to $6,000 plus in terms of our income. We've just been paid. Roll again. Downsized. Perfect. Now we're broke again. Skip a couple of turns. It's okay. Roll again. We've been paid again. Right. Another deal. Small deal. And this time we've got my tea for you. $1 shares, $1 each. We've already owned some. We've owned 1,000, paid $5 each for. Unfortunately, we're going to have to buy a whole lot more because we have no choice. Because we want lots of money. We're gonna do the same thing we did. We're gonna buy more than we actually have in cash. We're gonna loan another $1,000 because these are going to pay off, and I'm going to show you how they're going to pay off. So this is a really good strategy. Normally the game doesn't go this long, but because we're a doctor, it's taken quite a while. We'll have a look at a small deal again. This time, we don't own any of these shares. So this is the one that we don't own, the one of 4 that we don't own. Nothing we can do here. Let's pass on that. On to you, Entertainment Co. End that. Roll again. This time we've gone onto the charity square, so you can donate 10% of your total income. In this case, 10% of our total income. What is our total income? $15,000. So we'd be donating $1,579 only to get some faster spins. Do we want to do that? We don't have any cash. We'd have to get a loan. In fact, it says here you do not have 10% of your total income and are unable to donate to charity. So we can't do it anyway. That's okay. Pass. End. Roll. We got paid. Fantastic. How much do we have now? We've only got $5,000 because we're blowing a lot on shares. Let's roll again. We've got to repaint our house. Fortunately, we've got a little bit of cash in the bank. Pretty cheap house painting, I'd have to say there. Another deal. Small deal for us because we're not that rich. And we've got an opportunity for OK For You Drug Co. It's selling $40 per share. We own 17,000 shares. And these are the ones that we paid $1 each for. This is perfect. Let's sell the lot. And if we sell the lot for $40 a share, we'll have $708,800. Sell. Now we can end our turn here. Let's go and have a look at our statement because we probably want to pay off anything that we don't need. We're going to get rid of this loan, $13,000. Let's repay that off. It's definitely the best one to get rid of at this stage. $13,000, pay that. Looking at our financial statement again, so our payday's gone back to there. Now we could pay off some of these other debts, but as I stated before, the payoff is not all that worth it. The only one that may be worth it is sort of a 5% benefit, I suppose, the retail debt. Why not pay that off? Let's pay that off. Let's pay off the credit card. Why not? We got the money. Pay it off. In fact, we can pay off the whole lot because we got the money. We'll just do it. Economically, it doesn't necessarily make sense that you have to do this because it's not the fastest way of making money. But we've got loads of money and we'll roll it again. We've got a buyer for 20 acres, which we haven't actually landed on. We don't actually own 20 acres of land, but if we did and we'd then landed on this one, we would, if we sold, we'd give up the cash flow, blah, 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 and they'd probably pay us lots of money for that land, which we don't own. A big deal this time. What have we got? We've got an 8plex for sale. Again, the one we sold earlier for the profit. We're going to buy it. Now we're on a roll because we've got loads of cash. Big deal again. It's big deals all the way. Buy. We're just about at the end. Let's roll it again. Another big deal. And just like that, we should be out of the whoop-whoops. Now, one thing to add here. Once we do buy this, we will be finally out of the rat race. And you can see these numbers here. We will possibly come back to this because our cash flow is going to increase. Our total expenses probably not going to increase. But whatever you've got left in terms of your passive income at the end of this, it gets times by 100. And that's your hypothetical income for the fast track. But we'll see what numbers we end up with after we click on buy. This particular automated business for sale, successful coin telephone business, available due to death of owner. Excellent. So even though it's costing us $40,000, our cash flow will increase by $2,700 and we will be into the fast lane, as I said earlier. Congratulations, you are out of the rat race. Vinny has built up their passive income to be greater than their total expenses. They have entered the fast track. receive 100 times your passive income, purchase your dream, or increase your cash flow day income by $50,000 to win the game. Okay. And just like that, if we go back into our financial statement this time we are sitting down here. We are the purple little helicopter thing down there. This is the one we chose right at the start of the game. So if we land on this, we can buy our dream, purchase our dream for X amount of dollars, assuming we've got the cash. Or we can just buy some of these companies till we get up to $50,000. So we'll have a look at our financial statement. So every time we land on one of these green ones here, if they're companies, because a couple of them are not, we can it'll be listed down here with our new passive income. So at the moment, every time we pass these cash flow days squares like this one down here, we get $889,000 every time. That's great, because that is a lot of money. So that's one of the benefits of being a doctor over a janitor. You've got, generally speaking, you've got a massive passive income when you get to the fast lane. The problem is it can take quite a while to get there. So let's roll. We've landed on someone else's dream, in this case, which we haven't selected, by the way. A private plane and guide take you and 5 friends to the most remote spots of Asia, where no tourists have gone before. This is another player's dream. The cost of their dream has increased by 100%. So presumably the price of whatever they're purchasing, I have no idea, to be honest, how much this particular dream costs, has increased by 100%, so presumably it's doubled in price, I would imagine. Could be $100,000 that you might need, so in this case we've got almost $900,000. Might be irrelevant, but it could be a factor later on if people keep landing on your dream. So in this case we'll click on pass, it's not our dream, click on end, and we'll spin the dice again. Let's roll. And just like that, we got extremely lucky. So we didn't actually have to purchase anything. We've got stock market for kids. It costs $125,000. If it was the same as that other one that we just jumped on, it could have been $250,000. We got loads of cash. Do we do it? Do we do it? Do we finish it off? Yep, we do finish it off. Let's buy it. Vinny won the game. Vinny won the game by achieving their dream. So that was the shortcut way of getting there, by actually buying our dream. We didn't actually go and purchase any companies in the fast lane. You'll see that when you get there. Next thing we need to do is we actually need to have a real proper game. We'll go through some tips and strategies as we do a real game against some real players. We'll see how we get on. We're back on the front page again here. Select a game. There's no games active that we can join because most of them are started. We'll create a new room. We'll call it Pro. We'll select maybe 3 players. We'll see who turns up. Let's create game. We'll see who turns up. Me at the moment. I'm the only one. No point playing a single player game here. I want to play some online competition. See how we get on. Normally speaking, the wait's not very long for some of these games. If you do a 6-person room, you could be waiting a long time for 6 players to actually sign up, because it's generally going to be quite a long game. If you get any slow players in there who don't know how to play the game, it will drag on. So Samo's joined. We're going to type something in here. We're going to go one more. And we'll just wait. Hopefully someone else will turn up. Normally if there's 2 people in a room, if there's someone waiting in the lobby, they'll probably join up. We'll give it another 10 seconds. If no one joins up, we'll just start. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, look at that. That was close. So Amy and Samo, waiting for them to hit ready. Are you going to hit ready, Amy? Yep, they are. Let's begin. So we are going, we're a secretary, $2,500. That's not a great income. We're just going with the basic one here, stock market for kids. Choose, and let's roll. And let's begin. Small deal. We've found a great deal straight away. We're going to buy it. Instant cash flow. Yes. Buy. So even though we got a loan for it, the cash flow actually covers the loan plus another $50. So fantastic start, perfect start, you might say. We've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, $45,000. If a house gets sold or one of the cards comes up where we can sell that as an opportunity, we will do that. Another small deal here. What do we got here? $20 stocks for my T4U electronics code. We'll pass on that. Samo's turn. He's a fast player by the looks of things, so that's good. Doesn't want to buy that. My turn. Amy's disappeared into the ether. So this sometimes happens as well. We don't want that. We'll just play quickly now. Any of these shared opportunities, they go to all players potentially. So Amy has dropped off the face of the earth, away from keyboard, something like that. Who knows? Okay for you, Drugco, $5 a share. How many do we want to buy? Let's buy 500 just to get us started. Let's buy that, end that. Amy's not coming back by the looks of things. Sometimes they do come back, but unlikely. New baby there for Samo. Unlucky. Apartment, we don't have one done. End. This is how you do a fast game. It can be pretty fast when you know what you're doing, what you're looking for. Let's just roll again. Pay for dinner. Yep. Okay, and I think we had to get a loan for that. Let's have a look at our financial status. So we do have a $3,000 loan. Our payday's not great. They've been downsized. That is good news for us. Let's roll. Got some money here. We've got some stocks. We'll pass on that. We are coming up to the cash flow day, so we will pay at least $1,000, which will give us an extra $100. So we've gone from 8:30 to 9:30 in terms of our payday. Just in case we land on the payday, let's go small. We don't want that. $30 stocks, end that. If you do want to see what's going on here, just pause the video on demand. Okay, we're now cash flow day again. Samo's turn. He's out of jail. It's pretty much jail if you downsize. He's got some CDs, some term deposits. They're never worth getting. He's got a little bit of money. We're not going to get them either because it's $1,200. You only get $10. You'd have to go around 120 cash flow days just to make your money back. Pass on that. Roll the dice again. Another small deal. See what we get. Okay, now we can sell these. Let's sell them right now. So we get 15 grand. That's going to be a bonus. Excellent. So a great start there. We've got the house. Got a positive cash flow. We've got 15 grand. Let's roll the dice. Let's go for a big deal. See what we can get. Can we get anything? No, we cannot get anything with that. So we're not going to buy that. It's not economically feasible. Just having a quick look at it. I think we actually need to get maybe another small deal or two. Yep. So we've got some cash. We do have a loan of $2,000. We could get rid of that, or we could drop our... I think we will borrow some more money, actually. I think we'll borrow... We will borrow... Are we going to borrow? Yes, we will borrow. We'll borrow $9,000. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop our payday right down so we can get a big deal. Can we get this big deal? I think we can. Let's buy that. What's our payday now? 430. We've got 11,000. We could pay that off. Okay. Got a little bit of money coming in. We've got 14 grand. Okay. I think we might go for some small deals here. We will, I think we'll repay this for now. This will not put us on the threshold, but it will give us, boost our payday massively. We've got $4,500, and we don't really owe anything apart from these original things that are on there. We're going to go for some small deals. Don't want that, too expensive, $30 for grow for us shares. Condo buyer, generally I don't normally buy them. Roll the dice again. Okay, $100. We've got 6 grand in terms of cash. We've got 2 houses. We're doing quite well at this point. We're doing quite well, I must say. Don't want the preferred stocks, the CDs. They're just not worth it. Another small deal. Can we get a good deal? Another shares. More shares, but $20. Not worth it. Pass again. If it was $10, I would buy some. And a baby for Samo there. Not ideal. Let's roll the dice. We've got a baby as well. $140. So our payday's going to go down. Okay, that's the way it goes. He's got another deal. It is getting a... Well, it didn't say there. Didn't quite read that. He was too quick. More money for us. We've hit payday. We've got $7,330. He's been audited. Oh, and we're downsized. That sucks. So we're going to skip 2 turns while he does the numbers, goes around the board. He's got a substandard share price for my T for you, my tech for you. I'm pretty sure it will be. So he's going to be buying right now, and he's thinking about how much he's going to be investing. It's probably $5, I'd imagine, per share. So he may be taking out a loan, he or she, I'm presuming it's a he, may be taking out a loan to buy additional shares. Definitely worth it. Even for $5 shares, You can get a good deal on those. Even if you lose a bit of cash flow, you can sell them for an exorbitant profit later on. Right, there's our second skip turn, so next time we will be rolling. We will be passing through here. I don't know how much. Okay, small deal here. Right, house for sale. Another house, no money down. Excellent deal. $100 cash flow for pretty much doing nothing, so we're going to buy it. Got no choice on that. Now, you can lose your 3/2 houses if you're extremely unlucky, but it generally doesn't happen very often. I think there's one card that you can actually pick up if you get extremely unlucky. What have we got here? Okay, now we do have a 2-for-1. We do have a bit of extra cash here. We are actually going to purchase that. So now we've got 3 houses plus a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. We are buying everything. Samo's bought nothing at this stage. Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. We don't have a limited partnership, so we can avoid that. Let's just go scroll down here. Yep. 3 houses and a 2-1. Done. End. Carry on. Right, Samo, $10. Okay, not a big deal. Now, we don't want to get downsized again. Will we? Will we? No, we've gone past it. And let's have a look at our position now. $7,800. Our passive income is pretty low, though, I've got to say. Roll again. Another small deal. Friend needs cash quick. Okay, no, I don't want to pass on that. I don't actually want to do that deal at this stage. Don't have a lot of money. Do we have any stocks? I don't think we do. Right, we'll just keep doing some small deals. We've got another opportunity to buy something with another $100 cash flow. Is it really worth it? Oh, it's a bad area. It needs work. Oh, this is a tricky decision, isn't it? I think we will pass. Yep, that was a 50-50 call on that one. Oh, here's an opportunity. Here is an opportunity. So now there's a shared opportunity for a house buyer. We can make pretty much a fortune here. We're going to sell this one here. If we highlight that one, if we sell it, we get $50,000 into our cash wallet here. We'll sell it. We've got 2 more to sell. And what you do is you basically have a look, see how much profit you're going to make on each one. Some of them are actually negative. We're going to be selling the lot, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, actually. Sell. And this one as well. Let's sell that one as well. So now we've got 159 grand. We're going to borrow some money because we actually want to get this equity right down. So we're going to borrow $30,000. Now that sounds like a lot, but there's a reason behind the madness here. So we're negative $2,000 equity. Now we can do big deals. We're going to buy one straight away. And look at that. So we're still negative in terms of our payday, but we are increasing our passive income. Now, because of this low salary for the secretary, we were going to struggle to actually get a decent cash payout when we eventually go into the fast track. We'll borrow some more money, will we, or will we not? No, we've got plenty of space there. We've got $3,000. We'll cancel that. We'll roll that. We'll buy a big deal. We're going to buy that. We've got the money to afford it. Now our passive income is up to $2,000. That's good. Our payday is negative 120. We've got swags of cash left. There's no big deal. No big deal with the cash. We've got no cash flow problems at all at the moment. We've still got the 2-for-1. We've got 2 partnerships. Okay, we've got a big screen TV if we use a credit card where we can pay it off straight away. So there's no point putting that on credit. We'll just pay it and well, I haven't actually done the numbers on that. Oh, and he's got another child. So he's already got 3 children. That's very unfortunate there. But he can't get any more. Another big deal. What options do we have here? Okay, yep, we're going to buy that 4-plex in that. We are charging through. You can use this chat log down here. Hi there. And just put some chats in if you want. And we'll keep rolling the dice, as it were. Right, so now we've got a Plex deal. If we want it, we could highlight that. We'll just scroll down here. If we sold our 4-plex, I think it's a 4-plex, we would make a $60,000 profit. Do we want to do that? Why not? Let's just get some more cash. Now we're loaded. We're absolutely loaded. Samo is in big trouble here. They if they do have OK for you shares, they could do quite well out of that. And it looks like they might have just sold a bunch of shares and they're paying off debt. Well, the plot thickens. Okay, let's borrow some more money, shall we? Let's borrow another 30 grand because we can afford to do that. It's only going to cost us $3,000 on the payday borrow. But it does give us lots of options in terms of scope to push up our passive income, and that's why I'm doing that. It's a good tip. It's a good tip. When we got lots of cash, we can survive for quite a while. We can do some big deals. We can buy that. We're just going to pretty much buy as much stuff as we can, and potentially once we get once the numbers come up and we get to the point of payday being pretty much negative again, we might actually borrow some more money. So another big deal. Right, so here's a great deal. Here's $2,000. This is a good deal. We're only putting down 32. Boost us up right pretty quickly, actually. And it has. And what have we got down here? So negative 820. We got swags of cash, but no worries with that. We're just gonna start borrowing. Doesn't matter. Big deals all the way. Big deals. More big deals. And the reason I'm doing this is because we want to get this at least 600,000 when we do go to the fast track, because it's way easier if you've got more money. Let's see how much we've got here. I don't mind borrowing another 30,000. Now it doesn't really matter because we now owe 120,000, but we're buying all these assets. We're buying this. We're buying the lot. So now we've got $8,500. He's selling stuff. He's in a good position. We can actually enter the rat race by paying off this loan here, or at least some of the loan. Shared opportunity. Do we want to sell anything? No, we don't actually care because we've got loads of money. Or do we actually want to sell something? We've got options here. 26 grand on that. Back. We'll check all three of them. 52 grand on that. No. 192,000 on that. That is tempting. No, we don't want to sell that. We're going to go buy. We're going to go roll. We're going to do another big deal. We're going to buy that. We're going to end that. We're just about there. He's landed on the child again. He's getting extremely unlucky, but he's already got his maximum 3 children. We've got another child there. That's okay. I think we're just about done here. He's selling. But we can get out of here quickly, I think, because I think now's the time, because he is buying, and he's probably got cash now. We're going to go done on that. Right, maybe this is our last deal. We'll probably buy that. We'll repay some of this money that we owe. We got $1 million. We should have $1 million. We'll get rid of the whole lot. Well, in fact, we'll get rid of 83,000 because that's all we got left. Get rid of that. We're out of the rat race. Let's click on OK. We've got over $1 million because the initial amount times 100, and we had, how much did we have? I think we must have had $100,000 or something like that, or times 10 or whatever it is. I can't remember. And off we go on to the races. Now this is going to cost us $300,000. It's going to give us 14,000 of the 50,000 we need. Let's buy it. All of a sudden on the fast track, we've already got pretty much just about a third of our go there. He has joined the fast track as well, so he's in the same boat. It's neck and neck now. Well, looks like you're in trouble now, Vinny. You're going to need some luck to get out of this one, that's for sure. We're buying this, we're buying that, and where is his token? I don't know where his token is. He's on the same spot, but he has got the charity donation there. That is a great effort there because he can roll 3 dice. And we've just won the game. We've achieved our dream. We got the cash to pay for it. We need 125,000. We're going to buy it. Whew, that was full on, that game. But we did it. So it was a 1 versus 1 game. It should have been a 1 versus another 2 players, a three-player game. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Thanks for the game. Leave him a note. Thanks for the game. Smiley face. Enter. We win. We are winners. What do you think, Ron? Yep, some good playing there, Vinny. I'm really enjoying this game. I wish I could play it, but since I'm an old man and I don't know about my eyesight if it's too good these days, but I'll take your word for it. Looks like a fun game. Yeah, maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll get some other glasses or something, and maybe a magnifying glass and have a crack myself. And the last thing we'll do, we'll just have a look at some of the dreams, see what the options are. Maybe they'll tickle your fancy, maybe they won't. Let's just create a one-player game. So you've got these dreams, we can choose the dream. We're going to go that way. No, we're going to go that way. We're going to go to the right. First one, stock market for kids, fund a business and investment school for young capitalists, teaching them the basics of business. Isn't that great? Increasing capitalism. Clearly the socialists wouldn't like this. However, that's one of the options there. If that's your dream, is to raise capitalists, so be it. Who am I to judge? The next one, yacht racing, fly to Perth, spend a week racing boats. Doesn't appeal to me at all. Cairns Film Festival, party with the stars, you get a starring role. Well, that could be alright. Dreams? Who doesn't like dreams? I like dreams. Last night I dreamt I was a young man. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Private fishing cabin on Montana Lake. Fish from the dock of your remote cabin. Enjoy 6 months of solitude. Oh, that sounds depressing. Use of float plane included. Well, it could be alright if you want to go to Montana. Now, if it was winter, I would probably not recommend it. Get a park named after you. Exciting. Run for mayor. Your financial expertise spurs masses of people to beg you to lead the city. You run and, of course, win. This is the start of your presidential race. Exciting stuff. If you're a person of faith, I am. Gift of faith, your religious organisation is growing by leaps and bounds. New buildings are needed. You could choose that as your dream. Heli ski the Swiss Alps. Doesn't interest me. Never been skiing in my life. Probably never will. Not interested. Dinner with the president. Depends who your president is. If it's Robert Mugabe, no thanks. If it's President Trump, maybe. If it's Biden, no way. Research Centre for Cancer and AIDS. Your money brings together top researchers and doctors in one place dedicated to eliminating these two diseases. Well, I'm sure they've probably been looking at these diseases for many, many years. Haven't got that far, or have they? I don't know. I've got no idea. Anyway, that could be your dream. 7 wonders of the world. Go by plane, boat, bicycle, camel, canoe and limo to the 7 wonders of the world. First class luxury all the way. Ooh, sounds alright. Save the ocean mammals. Fund and be a crew member on a month-long research expedition to predict endangered sea animals. Be a jet setter. Have your own personal jet available for 1 year to whisk you away whenever and wherever your heart desires. That doesn't sound exciting. You could just catch a commercial plane. Who needs a private jet? Not me. Golf around the world. We can't see it. It's hidden behind here. Go to a whole bunch of, the 50 best golf courses in the world. I like golf, but doesn't really appeal to me, to be honest. A kids' library. Add a wing to your city's library devoted to young writers and artists. Art celebrities visit often to support your work. Great. South Sea Island Fantasy. Pampered in luxury for 2 full months. Relax, unwind in warm waters, deserted beaches and romantic nights. Well, that sounds exactly like Petone Beach, a hop, skip and a jump from where I live. Covered in rocks, cold as, horrible. You could have a romantic night maybe. I don't know about the warm waters. That's probably a myth. But we are in the South Seas, so maybe that's a dream. My dream has already come true. Capitalist Peace Cause. Set up entrepreneurial business schools in third world nations. Now that sounds a lot better. Instructors are business people donating their knowledge and time. Well, that would help people out rather than creating a stock school. Cruise the Mediterranean. Visit small harbours in Italy, France and Greece for a month with 12 friends on your private yacht. Could be alright. Mini farm in the city. Create a hands-on farm ecosystem for city kids to learn and care for animals and plants. That's probably a good thing. African photo safari. Take 6 friends on a wild safari photographing the most exotic animals in the world. Enjoy 5-star luxury in your tent. In your tent? 5-star luxury? Getting bitten by mosquitoes? I don't know about that. Buy a forest. Stop the loss of ancient trees. Donate 1,000 acres of forest and create a nature walk for all to enjoy. Now this is the starting position. That's probably the worst one you can pick. Sorry about that, buy a forest. First one on the list would be Pro Team box seats. License a 12-person private skybox booth. That's a mouthful. With food and beverage service at your favourite team's stadium. Sounds like it'd be over in like 60 minutes or a couple of hours or something. That doesn't sound like my dream at all. And finally, we've got Asian Ancient Cities, a private plane and guide. Take you and 5 friends to the most remote spots of Asia where no tourists have been before or gone before. Well, I highly doubt that, because I'm sure most of Asia, apart from maybe some bits of Inner Mongolia, have been explored, and maybe some parts of Siberia. Yeah, not my cup of tea. And if we go to the right one more time, or clockwise as it were, back to the start, stock market for kids, that's the default. That's the one I normally go with, because it's a 6 from when you get onto the fast track to win the game. And really, no one really cares about what your dream is in this game. We just want to win the game. So some of my vital tips, very good tips. If you can buy a 3/2 house, buy it. Once you've got enough money and you've got at least $6,000, start looking at big deals. Buy anything for stocks. If they're $1, $5, or even $10, but just don't buy so much. If they're $1, don't be afraid to get into debt to buy a swag of stocks. Buy as many as you can, and then hope for the best at that point. Other tips include, I have seen other people do this, is they borrow a swag of money. They just buy everything they possibly can. They wait for the deals to come along, even if they've got masses of debt, even if they're negative, and they're just borrowing every round. But if they buy a whole bunch of stuff and they have the opportunity to sell it at a profit, they may get out of debt, have a bundle of cash at the end of it. It's quite an aggressive strategy, I've got to say. Probably not my strategy. It's not the way I like to play. I like to start small, buy as much as I can in terms of the stocks, definitely get the 3/2 house, carry on from there. The best thing about this game is it's free. I love that price. That is a great price. And you can have a chat with certain people. Free? Did you say free? Now you're speaking my language. I've had a Zoom session with a couple of people on this, and we've been able to talk about financial things. It's been really good. Really enjoyed it. Give them some advice. They can give me their insights and whatever they've been through in terms of their financial journey. So it is quite a valuable thing. Very useful. And it's a fun game to play. It does teach you some basic things. I mean, it's not going to make you an entrepreneurial genius or anything like that, but it's fun to play. You meet with like-minded people. It's great. And if you have the opportunity, check out Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's worth a read. Robert Kiyosaki. I've got a couple of copies. Don't know where I got them from. Got them off Trade Me. Got them cheap. 2 copies is better than 1, right? I can give 1 away. As the game says, it's all about assets. Buying assets that will give you cash flow, give you a return that you can invest, ideally into more assets, and build a passive income that eventually you don't have to work for. And yeah, financial freedom. So if you made it this far, thanks very much for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button down below. It really helps the channel. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a great morning, evening, night, wherever you are. Catch you later.